Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm an intuitive, transformational, healing life. Welcome to my channel. I'm a healing arts astrologer, and I'm here to give you the new moon in Pisces video. So this is the Pisces season. This is the last season of the zodiacal year, meaning we are wrapping up a year cycle and we're stepping into the new year's in Aries season very shortly after all of this watery, emotional, delusional energy that we have going on. This is a mutable water sign. Mutable water signs are the signs of endings and change, because this is the winter, the last winter month before spring. And with the dead of winter, you have to move through the emotions of all the endings and death that has happened in the earlier months, because each season has 3 months. So winter started in December and January and February, and it's ending at the last half of March. Now, let me show you. Oh, we have a lot of things going on. One is that Mars, that has been retrograde since December 3rd of last year, is starting to go direct. And that just happened on February 23rd around 6:45. And today is the 24th when I'm recording this. So it went direct yesterday. And I am super happy about that, because it has been a challenging Mars retrograde, as it has been in Leo and Cancer, which is me and my other half. So it is a lot. So Mars direct is February 23rd, and that is going direct at 17 degrees of Cancer. And it's been at 17 degrees of Cancer since February 11th, and it will move to 18 degrees on March 9th. That's how long Mars is stationing, and it's not moving anywhere. So this can create a lot of frustration, and it could, especially for the masculine energies of ourself, where we want things to move forward and they're not moving forward at the pace that we want, and we're feeling frustrated and we're feeling emotional about things, and like there's blocks happening, as you know, Saturn is now applying to Mercury, and even our ideas are kind of being affected, where we're looking for more tangible and reliable, and we're also seeing the restrictions in these new areas that we're stepping into, where we're letting go of the past, right? We're letting go of the plan that we had prior to now. And now we're living and we've created this new life with new experiences, and we're growing and evolving, but we're also seeing the restrictions and we're seeing the challenges that come along with the path that we had chose. And so it's just about moving through the new energy and getting to know it and getting to know the flow of those things, so then the blessings can come, and letting go of the old life and the old ideas that we thought that we were working towards. And they're changing, and they're transforming right beneath our baby eyes with this new Pluto and Aquarius transit for the next 20 years. And Uranus is the ruler of the Pluto. And Uranus, let me just show you the chart so you can see what I'm looking at. So if you look at this chart here, you have Uranus being sextile by Mercury and Saturn, right? So Mercury is moving a lot faster than Saturn, but it's also slowing down for its retrograde. How annoying, right? Mars goes direct, and now Venus is stationing her retrograde as well as Mercury. And Uranus is sextile this our minds, okay? So Uranus is innovative ideas, and it's eccentric, and it could be sudden insights, and it could be flashes of, flashes of unconventional ideas, sudden realizations, to solving problems and thinking outside the box. And you could also see changes maybe in our value systems while we're not paying attention. And the reason why I say that is because Uranus is in Taurus, which rules our value systems as a collective, and Mercury is in Pisces, which we're just not really seeing things clearly or the way that they are. So you can be delusional, right? You can be maybe feeling a certain way, and then your fears can be getting in the way, and blending those, because in Pisces there's no boundaries. And so this is always a time when you're in Pisces energy. If you have heavy Pisces, you have to learn to create boundaries with yourself, boundaries with others, setting goals, writing down plans, and holding yourself accountable to those plans. And that's where Saturn comes in. But Saturn is not happy in a water sign either. And it will be entering soon enough into Aries, as well as Neptune. And Neptune is a farther out planet. It's been in Neptune in its home for a very long time, and it will be starting into this new beginning here in Aries. And that's exciting, for the collective to be ending so much of this old world and this old paradigm and stepping into this new world and this new paradigm. And this is all happening this year in 2025. I'll get into some more videos about those dates, but I want to stay on topic of this new moon in Pisces. Now, this new moon in Pisces is at 9 degrees. 9 degrees is a completion degree before it enters into the 10th degree, which is the double digits. And also the second decan of the sign. So there is 3 decans in each zodiac sign, and this new moon is happening in the first decan of Pisces. And so the first would be Neptune. Then the second decan is the moon. And then the third decan is Pluto. So, because it's just touching base on the water signs. So this is activated with Neptune energy. And Neptune right now is in Pisces, home conjunct the North Node. So this is a new moon, and it is a destiny new moon. So whatever's starting for the next 2 weeks after this new moon is destiny. So also, after this new moon comes eclipse season. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. I'm so happy. Eclipse season. And that's when things get a little unstable, because eclipses, they're malefic by nature, and they change things. And so there could be changes unexpectedly happening in our lives after this new moon. But ultimately, it is our destiny to experience what we're going through. And let's talk a little about this Pisces stellium. Now, this is very ungrounding. Okay, so we need to look for ways to ground during this Pisces stellium energy. And these could be grounding crystals like hematite or magnetite or copper, like something that is that is heavy and grounding in the crystal world. And you want to also eat grounding foods like potatoes, carrots, beets, anything that grows in the ground, asparagus, those white asparagus. And we want to do things like meditation and prayer and ritual, because we can manifest whatever we like during this new moon. It's a very powerful manifestation new moon. So with that being said, we want to make sure that we are focused on the things that we want and not on the things that we don't want. We can get in the delusional state of creating things that aren't there, and then we manifest that thing. And manifestation is real. Try it. When you learn about something, let's say you learn about a car, okay? And maybe you start seeing the car everywhere, or someone tells you about a certain, let's say, hat that everyone is buying, and all of a sudden you're paying attention, you're seeing that hat everywhere. So pretty much where attention goes, energy flows, and wherever energy flows, attention goes. So we want to make sure that we're flowing in the state of positivity and the things that we really want to manifest in our life. But we also don't want to be delusional about it. We want to be realistic about the things that we want to manifest and the things that we want to create, and make sure that we are covering all of our bases. Now, Pisces is about seeking and finding peace through connecting with the ebbs and flows of life. It is a water mutable sign, so it's very changeable, and a lot of things tend to be put to rest. So the new shifts into Aries will be more abundant and more fruitful. We want to make sure that we're not lost in the delusion or the illusions. And we are not trying to escape through mind-altering substances, because there could be energy of overdosing because we're not seeing things clearly. Things aren't, you might want to do a substance in another location than you're used to doing it. And that's how most of these overdoses happen. Pisces also rules the unconscious mind, and that we are not being delusional or living in a fantasy. Also, we want to be careful not to drop into the opposite, which is Virgo, which is overthinking, criticizing, feeling hopeless and stressed. We want to be able to increase our intuitive presence, with tranquility and moments of trusting one's soul through compassion and connecting with the ebbs and flows of life, not trying to force or control things. Esoteric astrology says that Pisces has the power to save through the demonstration of sacrificial love. It's very Christ-oriented, creative dreams, intuitive, psychic, bringing love where it is needed. This is the area where we are victims of our heart. And the mantra is, I leave the Father's home and turn back, I save. Cosmic Father is our will, and our cosmic mother is our loving intelligence. And not only Neptune, but Pluto is looked at as this is the shadows of society. And we will start seeing even more of the deception in our systems, politics, and our value systems, bank systems, loan systems, how we run our countries. So we really want to be open and aware and see what's really going on around us. Now, the new moon is square to Jupiter right here. And this is the mental, because Jupiter is in Gemini, versus the intuitive emotions, and the delusional energies. Okay, so our minds are moving quickly as Jupiter is expanding that Gemini energy, which is clashing with the deeply emotional, intuitive, unconscious. We may be overthinking or emotions or struggling to rationalize our feelings. Our minds could need a lot of stimulation, and the Pisces placements is pulling us towards this emotional depth as well as escapism or not being in touch with reality. So we're feeling this ungrounded, unfocused, lacking direction, and scattered between our emotions and our ideas. So we can feel unfocused, lacking direction, and scattered between our emotions and our ideas. And we could be over dramatizing our emotions and have unrealistic dreams, finding it hard to ground into reality and having the difficulty balancing logic and intuition. And you might be trying to intellectualize justifying things that you're feeling and sensing and emoting, and actually the things that aren't really serving you. You rely too much on intuition and ignoring the logical reasoning. This is a great time to find a grounding ritual, whether that's, like I said, journaling, meditation, grounding walks, grounding crystals, grounding foods, beautiful energy, and could be all over the place. Yes, it is beautiful energy, and it could be all over the place with no structure and follow through. So it's really important to set goals and stick to the plan. Now, this new moon is also trine to Mars. And do you see Mars is now direct? Yay. So, this orb isn't huge, but it still may be able to feel the effects. So this is a harmonious energy between these two water signs, Pisces and Cancer, which the moon and Mars is expressing our feelings with passion and fight for what we love, and feelings deeply and intuitively, and also very protective, because Cancer, the crab, is very protective. And this is a great time for creativity, spiritual practices, healing, releasing, letting go, taking action towards things related to home, family, security, and stability. Now, our emotions are very high right now, and we could experience emotional burnout because we care so deeply, and we may need to make sure that we're setting healthy boundaries to take care of ourselves, to maybe have these conversations that we can save for another day or another time when the energy is more stable and clear. This is a time to release expectations and go with the ebbs and flows without trying to figure out or control it. The best part of these eclipses in Pisces energies is to let go of control. Let go and balance this Virgo and Pisces energy. All right, so let's talk Pisces energy. I just want to sleep. That is it. Thank you very much. Let me sleep. So March 8th. Yes. Okay. So March 8th, it is at 18 degrees of Cancer. It's going to go through Cancer where it was already. Okay. So it's going over for the third time. That's how retrogrades work. And then it'll enter into Leo on April 18th. And then finally exit its shadow period, meaning old territory that it's already went over, and that will be May 2nd, okay? Because that's where it went retrograde, around, I think, 6 degrees of Leo. That's it for Mars. Now, Venus is going to go, it's shadowing her retrograde during this new moon, which will not be as frustrating as Mars retrograde. as she is the divine feminine counterpart of Mars, and she's kind of used to taking a back seat. Okay. This is not our energy. However, it's our relationships and it's our money and it's the things that we love. And the things that we love might be changing, and that's going to help with these new situations that we're in. So Venus will turn retrograde March 1st, okay? This is when Mars gets into new territory. Mars is running forward, you know, getting into, you know, some new stuff, and then Venus is now back in, you know, back into Pisces, and March 27th, where it was the first week of February. So Venus will go direct on April 12th at 24 degrees of Pisces, where it was January 27th. Now Mercury retrogrades will start at 9 degrees of Aries and back into Pisces at 26 degrees, where it was stationed direct. And we'll be all out of shadow just in time for this new moon in Taurus, which is the 27th of April. So there are all your dates. Let's look at Mercury real quick. So Mercury is going to go retrograde March 14th at 9 degrees of Aries. Oh, really, dude? So 9 degrees of Aries is the same retrograde as Venus. Interesting. So there is a lot of things that are surrounding our identity, that we're rethinking our identity. Who are we? What do we want? In our relationships, who are we now? Like, all of this is very new and it's changing a lot. And our mind is even changing, right? Then it's going to retrograde back into Pisces on March 30th. And then it will go direct by April 6th at 26 degrees of Pisces. So very interesting that Venus is doing the same retrograde. The hell, I am losing my mind. This is Pisces for you. This is Pisces. This is Pisces. So that's correct. Everything's correct that I said about Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde. I will do another video for that. Okay. All right. So let's see. Oh, look at my necklace. It's so cool. It's like this little sand hourglass where, you know, time is essential, you know? So that's Saturn right now, and it's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm spinning all different ways. All right, let's do the card reading because I'm losing my mind. I think I should just go to sleep. Go dream. That's what Pisces is about. That's what we do best. In Pisces season, what do we do best? We dream the best. We sleep the rest. We rest the best. And what else do we do? Ooh, 4 of Wands. Thought we already got that before. And we party the best, and we do art the best, and we escape the best, and we're delusional the best. Like, all that's Pisces. There's no rhyme or reason. Okay, so there's a lot that came out here. Oh my God. The Judgment card came out, the 4 of Wands, okay, the Judgment, and the 10 of Cups. Now, the 10 of Cups, I'm going to take a little looky on the 10 of Cups reversed because it kind of came out sideways, but I just want to take a look. I am connected. Okay, yeah, so this is relationships and harmony and connection, but this is friction, seems to define your current relationship. And it might feel like pink skies will never return. This phase exists to be overcome. The universe wants you to learn a certain thing before you reach its rainbows. There is inner work to do. We often get triggered by others when they embody tendencies that are unresolved in our own psyche. What bothers you in someone else more often than not relates to what bothers you in yourself. To resolve points of friction with others, start with yourself. Sift through the haze of your inner world. Where could you invite the sunshine of compassion? Once you do make room, okay, for it and add light, will seep into every other aspect in your life. When you internalize love, you open the doors to attract it externally as well. So host a dinner with friends and family at home. That is the radiance tip for that card. And then the Four of Wands that came out reversed. Four of Wands. This is I'm at home within myself. So these are two pretty home water cards, which this is a new moon in a water sign. But this is coming home to oneself. This is enjoyment, contentment, happiness, belonging. And it came out reversed. So the Four of Wands in its reverse appears at a time when your sense of home is wavering. You are finding yourself aim the winds of change in your personal life. It is only natural for feelings of insecurity to accompany such shifts. However, you can support yourself through this time by going inward. Reflect on who you are in all this change. You are either today's body nor the one a year from now, and you are neither yesterday nor today's thoughts. You are simply the awareness that watches it all. And this you, the awareness itself, is not moving. It just is. And it's always present, always home. It's a place of stability that is available to connect with whenever you need it to. When you do, you can find solid ground in anything that comes your way. The tip for this card is spend some quality time at home, visit your childhood home, and simply connect to the places that feel familiar and safe. And last, but definitely not least, major arcana, the Judgment card. So there is always a time when the judgment comes. And this is, I am aware of myself. So, emerging from a time of deep and careful contemplation, you've made peace with your past, acknowledging and accepting accepting what has been opens the field for being and becoming. You've reached a monumental milestone. No matter what you do and whether or not anyone witnesses it, your awareness is always present to observe your actions. Even if no one else does, you ultimately will judge your own actions. So make sure that you can justify them before yourself. As a shift is about to take place, decide how you can continue engaging with the game of life in full authenticity. Navigate is playing board as it reveals more of itself to you by weighing the nature of your actions against your highest morals. This way, you will make purposeful moves and stand by the outcome. The radiance tip for the Judgment card is when you notice yourself judging others, make a conscious effort to replace your opinions with something more positive. Send others some quiet love instead, and then admire their outfit or think about how much they must mean to someone else. And I've done that before. It works very well. So those are the tarot cards for this new moon. And I have a couple more because Alice in Wonderland deck is always a good deck when it comes to Pisces season. And I love this deck. And I think it is appropriate and it's calling me. So if you're still watching, this message is most likely for you, and like all kinds of them flipped over, but this is such a curious dream. Grounding, returning to reality, and coming home. So here she is, good old Alice, card number 45, which is a 9, which is the degree point of this new moon, further clarifying this ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. Oh, I had such a curious dream, said Alice, and she told her sister as well, as she could remember them, all these strange adventures of hers. And when she had finished, her sister kissed her and said, "It was a curious dream, dear, certainly, but now run in to your tea. It's getting late." We often have remarkable moments, just as Alice does, when she begins her journey by following the white rabbit. But just as we must follow the dream, we must also return to the everyday. In this card, at this moment, you're being asked to return to what many people might consider ordinary. You must take care of yourself. Eat well, go home, be grounded, and take care of what must be taken care of. The ordinary and yet blessed responsibilities into our lives. That's all, Virgo. There is still great magic in this, especially after journeying through our own wonderland and knowing true enchantment. For we return, but we are forever changed. Now it is time to ground, come home, integrate the experiences we've had, and do the very simple, mundane tasks that most people don't consider special enough to have any magic at all within them. But they are magic, dear soul. They are. Let every simple act be done with awareness, simplicity, gratitude, and kindness. Do not be dissatisfied with the seemingly mundane nature of it all. Instead, embrace this coming back to earth as the opportunity to ground, reconnect, and to bring a sense of sacred, of the magic of Wonderland to all that you do, no matter how humble it may be. You will return to that extraordinary place again. But for now, embrace the joy of being at home within your humanity. And the deviation for this card is a time when work must be done, eat well, and prepare good meals, make magic in your everyday activities and ordinary moments. A return from the extraordinary experience, adventure, travel, or holiday. And when the time is right, you will encounter Wonderland once again. So fear not, my children. Things are a shifting and a changing. But I did want to let you guys know that I'm going to do a week juice cleanse starting March 1st. And if you would like to join along with me, do so. And please leave comments in the boxes below and just let me know if you're doing anything that is grounding, whether that is changing a health habit, a routine, a ritual that you're integrating. And let's all share, because sharing is caring. All right, guys. It was nice chatting with you. Peace out. I hope this new moon brings you the best opportunities. Just try to steer away from the delusional world. Really ground yourself in the Virgo energy without being so critical on others, and show your unconditional love. Be Christ-like and just embrace the winds and the waters of change. Your Lucid Living Coach, Karina. Peace out.